Saturday night's main event is over and done with. And people were pissed. And I don't blame them. I'm pissed. Saturday night's main event was a travesty. John Cena tapped out. Not passed out. John Cena tapped out. He tapped out. Yes. The guy who never gives up actually gave up. It makes zero sense. It would have been better if he would have passed out. It would have been fine. People still would have been not as upset and as irate as they are. But the fact that John Cena tapped was just unreal. I don't know what to really say, to tell you the honest truth. I don't know what to say. I really don't. The crowd ripped Triple H a new asshole, which was great. I love that. They said, fuck you. They said, you fucked up. That was great. I love that. That was absolutely the right decision. Because Triple H did fuck up, and Triple H has fucked up. He's fucked up John Cena's entire retirement tour. Basically from the inception of turning him heel all the way back in February. And now that Cena is no longer there, Roman and Brock are going to have to work harder next year. Cena's gone. Cena is officially gone. He's now going to be an ambassador and probably still work Hollywood. There could be a chance that we could see him as a host of WrestleMania. Maybe not next year or the year after. Maybe in 2028, somewhere like that, maybe. Don't really know. But John Cena's career in-ring career is over and done with. He got so much love from the NBA, NFL, and MLB, and NHL. Every wrestler in the business basically, gave them their love, from RVD and so many others. So, it is what it is. There's nothing that can be done now. It's over and done with. So, I normally don't do this, but we're going to get into the main event first. So, we're going to get into Saturday night's main event from December the 13th, 2025, live from Washington, D.C., the Capital One Arena, where there was close to 20,000 people there in that very venue, which was pretty good. But actually, which is quite good. So, Gunther taps out John Cena. And the crowd was irate. And I don't blame them. They were pissed. Because John Cena threw everything but the kitchen sink at Gunther, right? He did an FU through the table. He also did the Cena leg drop. He also did several FUs and SDFUs and stuff, and Gunther kept on getting out of those. Gunther kept on hitting, drop kicks and chops and suplexes and all that jazz. Powerbomb, Cena kept kicking out and everything else. And then basically Gunther got him in the sleeper hold. Cena was able to get out of that. And he kept on getting out of it. And then finally Gunther got on him, and he locked in the sleeper hold, and then Cena was just out. He just tapped. He tapped out. The crowd chanted bullshit and everything else, which makes perfect sense. So John Cena, he sits up post-match and he smiles. The crowd pops big. Thank you, Cena chants broke out and everything else. He kissed the mat. He took off his armband. took off his shoes, kissed the mat. Then he got to watch a video package of him and everything else. CM Punk and Cody, they showed up. They handed Cena their championships. Cena got to celebrate with the championships. And then he went up the ramp and gave one final salute and smiled, and then that was it. So John Cena is no longer with WWE. His in-ring career of 23 years is now over and done with. And when Triple H came down, the crowd just erupted. They kind of, bullshit and fuck you and all that, which was great. Triple H did fuck up this John Cena retirement run. And during this video package, Vince McMahon was on there. And the crowd chanted, "We want Vince." And I agree, right? I mean, because Triple H has proven that he's not a good booker. He's proven that he's not a good booker. Gunther should have never been the guy to retire John Cena. It should have always been Cody. That's really would have been the passing of the torch. Cody is the face of WWE, the present face now. It used to be Roman Reigns. Now it's Cody. So, there's that. And now that Cena is gone, Gunther retiring both Goldberg and John Cena in the same calendar year makes me think that he's probably going to end up winning the Royal Rumble more than likely. If he does not win the Royal Rumble, he's going to probably face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania and probably win. And I don't think that he should, but I think that's where they're going with all of this. It has to go somewhere, right? And even though Gunther is a great in-ring technician, he has no character at all, and he's boring. He can cut an okay promo here and there, but if you go back and watch Gunther's NXT UK stuff and NXT stuff, he was better then. Now his main roster run has been so damn weak that it's unreal. It's uncanny of how bad he is now. And it's just he's just a work rate guy. But I'm guessing he's going to win the Royal Rumble next year. He's got to. At some point, he's got to. He might as well. Do you take the title off of Cody to do it? I guess so. So I'm guessing you're going to do Cody and Gunther at Mania 42, but that doesn't seem like a main event closer for night 2, right? That's something that you could do night 1, main event, night 1, or an opener for night 2 of Mania. But I don't know. But it is what it is because Gunther's moveset is boring too. It's just, drop kick, chop, suplex, belly to belly, splash, powerbomb, sleeper hold. That's his entire moveset. Lariat. That's his entire moveset right there. Right? It is what it is, man, but I don't know. Cena being gone now, it sucks, but it's inevitable. I mean, it was inevitable anyway. But now that Cena is gone, who's going to step up now and kind of be the face? It seems like WWE could have another John Cena on their hands in Joe Hendry. He was on this show, which was great, so we'll talk about that when we get to it. But John Cena going out the way he did, that was a fucking disgrace. That never should have happened. That was bullshit. That was total fucking bullshit. Total fucking bullshit. That had me irate. I was pissed. I really was pissed because Cena should have just passed out, right? If JDC from TNA can pass out from Frankie Kazarian when those two wrestled last Friday at Final Resolution in TNA, then why couldn't John Cena just pass out here? It makes no sense, but it is what it is. But it shows you that Triple H has no idea what he's doing. Triple H should be fired. He really should. And He didn't have it. He didn't have what it takes to run WWE. That should go to Shawn Michaels and other guys, if we're being perfectly honest. So it is what it is. But moving on from Gunther and John Cena on to the beginning of the show, it was Oba Femi versus Cody Rhodes. Match was actually pretty good. They didn't empty the chamber of moves. Drew McIntyre showed up. He ended up attacking Cody, which was great. So it was a no contest. And then post match, both Cody and Drew beat the shit out of. Both Cody and Oba beat the shit out of Drew McIntyre. Cody hit a Cody cutter, and he also, and then Oba hit a choke slam. So I'm guessing they're going to book Oba as a babyface on the main roster. Whenever he gets his call up, he should. Like I said, the match was just getting started. It didn't go but about a good 10, 12 minutes. So they were working towards something, which was great. But the crowd was super behind Oba. And, Oba's going to be a beast on the main roster. Like, Oba has got to be one of the guys that's super pushed on the main roster when he gets his call up. Triple H cannot fuck up Oba Femi. He just can't. So, there is that. Moving on from that, this leads us into John Cena getting more praise. A video package by, Bayley, AJ Styles, Charlotte Flair, Jey Uso, Stephanie McMahon, CM Punk, and others. So that was good there. Moving on from that, this leads us into Sol Ruca defeating Bayley. This match was great. Sol Ruca wins via a roll-up. So that was good. Bayley worked really well in this match. Bayley is an established veteran. She's great at what she does. She's an excellent utility player. You can put her in anything, and she'll hit a home run every single time. Whether she's babyface, heel, champion or not, she's going to give it her all, which is great. So Sol Ruca, she ended up getting out of the Rose Plant via a handstand, which was excellent. She was able to do all of her Sol Ruca things. She ended up hitting the Soul Snatcher. Bayley rolled out of the ring. Then her and Sol Ruca and Bayley traded some roll-ups, and then Sol Ruca was able to roll through and get a roll-up victory on a 1, 2, 3. So that's fine. Good stuff there. Bayley putting over Sol Ruca was a wise decision, smart decision. You could still do a rematch at some point on NXT or whatever, however you want to do it. It's not really that serious. Maybe you could do a tag match, Zarya and Sol Ruca versus Bayley and Lara Valkyria, either on like a Raw or an NXT. So you could always run that match back, but this is fine. It makes sense. Again, the crowd was very into Sol Ruca. Sol Ruca is amazing. Beautiful girl, just really good. And I love that DDT she hit. That was fucking awesome in the match. That was great. So good stuff there. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Really good. We get some more John Cena stuff, from like Sheamus and all that. We talked about that. So there's that. Then this leads us into the tag team match. Jevon Evans and Leon Slater, they were defeated by AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. So Dragon Lee and AJ Styles, they retained the World Tag Team Championships. Match was very good. It was short. It was maybe about 8 to 10 minutes. It was not long. Jevon and Leon, they ended up hitting their big moves early, the splash and everything else, the flips and dives and stuff early on. They're bouncing everywhere, going 100 miles an hour, which was great. The finish came when AJ, he accidentally slipped on trying to hit a phenomenal forearm, so they ended up redoing the match again. He ended up hitting a Styles Clash out of midair for the 1, 2, 3 onto Leon. So that makes perfect sense. AJ, he's getting up there. He's 46, 47, so he's almost John Cena territory. AJ can still go, but it happens. It wasn't a botch. It's just, AJ slipped. He slipped. It happens. Like, He's still good to go. He's still fine. Clearly, Leon and Jevon, they weren't going to win at all. They weren't. I mean, you could have switched the titles here. It would have been fine. You still could have done a rematch at some point down the line, whether it be on like a random Raw or just on like a pay-per-view, at like the Royal Rumble or whatever next year or whatever, however you want to do it. But, that's fine there. So this makes sense. And then, like I said before, Leon Slater, not just him, but also Mike Santana, the two of them will be a part of NXT next year. Don't know when, but we know that both Leon Slater and Mike Santana will be a part of the NXT family sooner rather than later. It's coming. It's coming. So, yeah. Moving on from that, we get a in-ring segment involving The Miz. So he was upset that he wasn't, going to be in John Cena's last match and everything else. So R Truth came out. He's now Ron Cena. So he talked about that being R Truth. He says that The Miz did something inappropriate with Nick Aldis's balls. Miz took someone's opportunity, and that person is Joe Hendry. The crowd erupted. That arena exploded into a million pieces. Joe Hendry got a massive reaction. He ended up destroying Miz with the standing ovation. They ended up hitting a 5-knuckle shuffle. So that was great there. So really good stuff there. The crowd erupted with that. And that was Saturday night's main event. Really good stuff there with the Joe Hendry stuff. So clearly that could be your next John Cena right there. Joe Hendry is massively over. He doesn't need to be in NXT too long. I'd probably keep him in there till about WrestleMania. If not, bring him up a couple months after Mania. Maybe in like June or whatever. But that's kind of like what I would do. But overall, Saturday night's main event was a total failure, especially with the main event. With John Cena losing, that was unacceptable. John Cena should have won his last match and given a speech, but it is what it is. There's nothing that can be done about that, so whatever. But all in all, the show overall was okay, but it could have been better. But it shows you that Triple H is a failure as a booker, and it's time for him to kind of be gone from WWE. Although we know that's not going to happen, but he should be fired. He doesn't have what it takes to be a booker. He just doesn't have it, so it is what it is. But what did you guys think of Saturday night's main event? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.